Hello and welcome to Autocar Dialogues presented by IndusInd General Insurance. This is a series of panel discussions where we bring together dealer panels from across the country to share their insights on the automotive trends in the country today. We're going to discuss digital trends. Has it affected dealerships? Has it really changed the way they work? And how does it affect consumers alike? Well, who better to talk to us than the eminent panel of dealers we have with us today. Please welcome Mr. Sunny Agarwal, who is the dealer principal from Excell Autovista, Mr. Sabu Johny, who's the dealer principal from EVM Group, Mr. Abinash Samal, who's the dealer principal of Empreo Group, Mr. Sharvik Shah, who's the dealer principal of Rajesh Group, and Mr. Kiran Bachhav, who's the dealer principal of Satpuda Motors. Welcome, gentlemen. Real pleasure to have you here today. And the digital trend, everything is going digital in the world today. It's all about AI, it's all about digital, it's all about everything being instant. How has that changed the way you work?
I think this has really modernized the entire consumer experience, right from discovery to purchase to post-purchase. The entire customer cycle is now digital first. It's happening as we see it. We at our dealerships and our automotive groups, we have very digital first teams and we use a lot of digital tools to sort of digitize the entire experience so that any consumer who's moving out from a digital medium to a dealership medium, we have a very smooth transition and we try to give as much as assistance required to sort of create a seamless bridge between the digital and the physical world.
Yeah. I hear what you say, but you said something interesting, move out of the digital field and into the real field. So how is digital really helping? Because I mean, you used to do lead generation before, it was just manual. Now you're just generating the leads by creating an extra team, an extra workforce that has to deal with it digitally. So the workforce is still there behind the scenes. So has it really changed anything for you at all?
So let me put it in this way. Digital has become a new channel, but physical will still be the system. So the digital whole environment that has been created today, not only through the dealership network, but also through third-party channels like Reels on YouTube, Instagram. So the inquiry starts from there. Probably a purchase journey for a consumer starts from there, and it ends at our dealerships because that's when he is coming and understanding what he's already seen online. He's made a decision across various comparisons that he's seen online, and then all his whatever doubts or anxieties are cleared at the showroom where he is able to do a test drive, understand the finance formalities and get everything done and take the physical delivery.
But do you feel it's really changed your retail model? I mean, how many leads do you generate from the digital channels versus what you used to before? Has it increased your lead?
Yeah, it's a big...
Oh, that's a unanimous yes. Okay, I'll let all of you jump into this conversation.
No, overall, if you see the digital earlier, about 5 years before, there were a lot of challenges. And now with the new technologies and the way the Instagram and all these things has been gone up, is really helping the people to get closer, and it is getting moreover to a closer situation. And the transparency is always already there. So this transparency makes things much easier, and it is almost like a one-point contact. Like the omni-channel, the way things are moving, all are together in one platform. So it actually helps the customer also very strong, and the final, when it comes to the commitments and deliveries and all, even though it is physical, but it is streamlined together. So really, also, it is working.
We typically use hyper-local targeting. And we try to, the customer is able to identify the closest showroom, what he wants, with the reviews and everything, he already knows what he wants to ask and who he has to talk to. So it's absolutely focused now, it's very pinpointed as to what he wants, to who he has to go to and things like that. So it becomes very, it becomes a very smooth experience.
If I summarize that, it is today in our showrooms, we have a better informed customer walking in.
Also in rural market, suppose in tier 2 or tier 3 markets, so if you see the terrain, it's a very difficult terrain, and if you see the market balancing, so in the capital maybe the volumes are equal to the rural market, but previously those customers needed to come during the festive times or any auspicious day to finalize the vehicle. But today that is not required. They use the digital platform and do it. So minimum of 20-30% of the rural customers, they are getting connected.
Also, the good part is today you can decide your spends on Google and Facebook, right? So today, if I'm a more aggressive dealer, I can spend more on Meta, I can spend more on Google and draw out more audience. There's bidding of leads and stuff like that, and you can actually decide your demand. So there's a good mechanism wherein you can actually plan your demand.
Yeah.
There's a huge change since COVID-19 happened. So the digitization may be through payment or the inquiry generation. It has helped us, particularly in rural area. The customer, he himself is, as other panelists said, is well informed in terms of what he wants to buy, how he wants to buy, the finance options. He's well informed in that terms. What we are seeing is there's a huge change in our retail conversion as well. There's 5 to 10% of inquiry conversion that we get through online digital, and that retail conversion happens. So there's a future coming up over there as well, but there's slightly that inquiry generation we can get over there, but still customers prefer to have that particular touch and feel.
For the final sale.
Final sale.
But one thing is very clear, if you look into the past and the present, the expenses also has come down. Because we are getting to the right kind of customers. The digital in different form of lead generation is making to the right customers, and they are already well aware about this. Almost 90% of the people are well prepared before coming to the showroom. Our job is just to continue with them, because once you are making a lead generation, there itself it's getting to a booking situation or for a test drive option with the chatbot and other technologies. So it finally, we are just continuing behind this. So it really gets into a very cost effective way, and the result is also much focused.
So what you're saying is the man on the floor can actually sell more cars because his work is largely done before the customer walks into the showroom.
He's augmented with various digital tools as well now, right? So, today the same customer, he can show a virtual walkthrough. He can give a 3D walkthrough of this car that the customer wants. So, a large part of his job can also get automated with the digital augmented tools that he has right now.
On top of that, the dealer and OEM has largely benefited during the product launches. So while we'll get tele-ins after seeing all the digital and tele-ins whenever they come into the dealership, exact what variants they are looking for. That decides the productions, that decide what dealer will also order. So a lot of disruptions are also getting caused because
So
of
you're able to manage your stock much better because of the whole digital
inquiries. Even before the launches are happening.
So the whole digital ecosystem that has been created, not only external but internal as well. So when the customer is wanting to buy a car, he goes online, checks everything, he's more informed, he's now decided these are the 3-4 models that I have to look at. He goes through different reels by people he relates to in his own language or probably in his own area, who is explaining the car, and then comes into our showroom to just verify what he's seen online. Our team is also trained to understand that, so that they know what objections might come in and how to handle those objections. Then the digital at the dealership, in communicating with the customer, not only to get their digital payments in, to get the whole paperwork done digitally, get the finance work done. So his visits to the showroom has reduced, the customers. The interaction with the customer from our team has reduced, that is improving productivity. And then the physical delivery happens with the much lesser effort. And then post that also, after sales also, there is so much digital tools that we do to engage with the customer, so that we get the vehicle at the right time for services. So the whole ecosystem of digital is more like a tool or a process or a channel through which we are able to improve our efficiencies.
I think customers also expect today, because you're saying because of this digital world, everybody expects information instant. Everything needs to be right at the tip of your fingers. So I guess digital also helps you because, say for example, service. People want to know where their car is, what is happening, when is it. Does that help in the entire process as well?
Absolutely. We are leveraging chatbots and voice bots for capturing feedback, capturing what customer really wants before his service and stuff like that. So that is also ensuring there is authenticity to what the customer is asking for and what we are actually doing and versus what we are delivering. So that it sort of stitches the entire thing up, thereby delivering a more superior experience.
And to add to this is the transparency, because on the price transparency, because mostly people, their bigger challenge was whether the right price is what they are getting. So the customer gets a choice to know from the entire system whether the right price has been quoted and price has been transferred.
See, when you asked about the transparency and the connectivity, see, basically why they come to the dealership, and it's all about trust. And how do you, enhance that trust, or keep that trust with the customer? There are a lot of dealerships here that I have seen. There are two things that they do. At one dealership, which they say themselves is smart, they have CCTV cameras on every bay. So if your car has come here, they will give you that connection link, so that while the car is at service, you are able to see actually what's been happening to your car. So that builds that trust to the dealership. Some dealers, they have video, they create a WhatsApp group, they send videos of what's happening. So this digital connectivity is helping. Another digital tool that helps us is in accident. Many times surveys are done through a video call. So that has reduced the time taken for surveys, approvals, and getting the vehicle out faster.
Yeah, as I can see, that connection between, that was kind of, like sometimes you feel that disconnect from the dealer, that has become a lot closer, has become a lot easier. But what would you say is, have digital channels really reduced your dependency? Because manpower is a big crisis. Our earlier panel that we discussed was manpower. Manpower is really difficult to get, to train and to keep. So has digital channels, have they really reduced your dependency on manpower, or is it just another source of manpower that you require to manage these digital channels?
It has been absolutely reduced. And the other side, if you see, some of the brands like Volkswagen, when they launched the Polo Golf GTI, it was purely online, and the allocation, right from the booking to the allocation to the, of course, the leads were given to the choice of the customer, which dealer to be delivered. And all process was done, and we as a dealer, we didn't have the choice. It was just allotted, the stock also was allotted based on the bookings.
I mean, with the current usage of chatbots and voice bots, I mean, we typically qualify leads without even a human call. So, because we can typically ask questions, leverage AI, and eliminate the standard questions. Are you looking to buy a car? When are you looking to buy a car? And we have automated those processes, which has helped us sort of eliminate our dependency on
Sunny
basic
said,
processes.
Lead nurturing has become the journey of lead nurturing has shortened, and I think it's become making our team more efficient.
And thereby, so on certain mundane tasks are definitely automated. Thereby, the salesperson can put more energy in creating a more personalized and a more delightful experience.
The normal customers that we usually handle, walk-in customers at the dealerships, and the digital customers, there's a completely different set of skill sets that are required over there. He expects you to respond very promptly or very fast. Whereas for walk-in customers, you can handle him in a different way. So the skill sets required over here for a digital marketing, those are different. And in rural area, we are struggling to get those kind of skill sets over there as well. So these are the two different sets.
Now digital tools are so aggressively used, not only in the car division. If I put all this across segment, like the trucking and everything, now the geofencing that are getting used. Suppose in certain RPM, the driver is driving the vehicle, that is also getting noted. And suddenly if there is a fuel drop is there. And suppose he is in a very, very remote location and he needs to find a service engineer, that is also getting used. So it is beyond lead generation right now. So digital technology, the way it is getting used, not only in sales, service also, I think more than sales, service is getting enhanced.
Rightly what he's saying, we use the same digital data that we get from sales data, and we run retargeting campaigns for service, for insurance, for all the allied revenue streams, which basically, so we don't look at the data point just as a sales lead. We leverage that as an opportunity to generate multiple revenue streams from that particular customer, leveraging digital retargeting systems.
Renuka, coming back to your basic question, yes, today's the team needs a different skill set. It's not that it's totally different. Today, I think the current generation that we hire is digital friendly. They are not averse. So this is a tool that is very easy. From laptops from PCs to laptops, it has now moved into handhelds. So the whole digital information is on handles, and the current generation is very easy to use it. So I think that is something that helps in getting more digital tools into the use.
So you add to this, if you see most of the digital activities what we do, and that itself is creating by again that itself is creating more people to come. Say like when a nice delivery is happening, that has been well communicated, and that the visibility is making more people to just feel it and come. Like the influencers getting showing it, it actually brings more customers
into the showroom. You made an interesting point about the Volkswagen, the GTI, but that's a niche product and a certain quantity of car. While digital sales is becoming big for almost every other product, still with a car, like you rightly said, they want that touch and feel, they want to come to the showroom. Do you think this will evolve over time? Do you think Indian customers are ready to completely digitally buy a car? Because very often we hear so many cars booked even without a test drive, right? So people are ready to put their money down without physically seeing the car.
There's already a large audience that doesn't even visit showrooms and just gets the home delivery. Like we have a showroom, one of the showrooms in Bandra, and where we have large affluental clientele, and they just book and don't come to the showroom, get a physical delivery. That's it. They don't want to visit. They don't want to talk. It's like ordering
They've
food.
already decided
It's
this
like
is the
ordering
product
food.
I
So
want.
I
This
think
is the menu.
I have a
with
different
time,
view.
so there will be two types of customers. One who are just buying the car for certain specific reasons, and certain people who want to buy for a family, more of an emotional reason. I think the latter half will definitely want to have the showroom experience, but the former half who want to just transactionally buy a car or have 20 cars in the house or 5 cars in the house will typically want to.
So I think this is probably 2 or 3% of the demographics that we are talking. I still feel the way we see it in our markets, buying a car, is a family thing. It's always the father, the son, the daughter, the wife, the mother, everybody's involved. What color to buy, what vehicle to buy. And when we sell a car, when we are delivering a car, we see the whole family there to buy it. They are coming for it. And say the person who's buying the car might take 10 times of much higher business decisions or spend decisions. But when he or she is buying a car, they have the whole family come there. So it's more of a physical thing. It's more of a trust thing with the dealership, because they decide which dealer to go with, because they know the journey doesn't end there. It starts from there. The service that they're going to get. While they're buying the car, they need to also get through what is the finance, how they're going to get service, are there any extended warranties, understand the warranties and the service model. So I think it's, of course, the digital process. And take an example of Ola. They started completely on a digital model, will deliver at your doorsteps. But eventually now they have to set up experience centers. They had to set up service centers so that the confidence to get back to the customer was needed. Digital will give us good inquiries. They will bring a lot of people to our showrooms, but it is the dealership which will engage with them and deliver the product.
I mean, digital is not a substitute. It only augments your current physical strength.
To say that it is like a phygital kind of an experience, both combination of both. And when it comes to luxury, of course, it is emotional. Emotional connect is already there. Then, of course, it actually creates a personal support and assistance also, because some of these things they want to really experience from the test drive. Then only they will be able to convince. And of course, when it comes to the delivery also, they want to feel home deliveries are also made very colorful and very celebrations. But when it comes in showroom, and there are even live streaming happening in the deliveries now these days. So the
entire family can join into a particular delivery.
Yeah. Loud music and pump and show.
Yeah.
So digital is for now, I think, but going forward, while we are evolving and while EV revolution has stepped in, I think after 5 years, I think digital is going to take over. That's my.
I think, in my personal opinion, I think if it's a brand new product, if it's something that they've not seen before, you're completely right. They probably want to visit it, see it, touch it, feel it, get the experience, because they haven't seen it anywhere before. But if it's an existing, tried, tested, trusted product, they're very happy to go online and say, hey, do all my paperwork, send me the car. So I think that has evolved in the system. And
it's like, in what maturity of the car buying process are you in, right? And if it's the second car or the fourth car or the fifth car, and exactly like you mentioned.
And I think originally paperwork was a big hurdle. But even that, I believe, is now really simplified, whether it's registering your car or getting everything done via Aadhaar and online and everything. It's much
Banking
simpler.
is a significant part.
To a certain, if you see, digital government, from the government side also, they have moved very fast. I mean, in terms of Vahan, the transparency, it can happen anywhere in India, the car can be sold.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a fantastic initiative of the government.
Government support is really, they are much getting advanced also with this new technologies, which is really helping things.
Let me say in the end what this is. Basically, the whole physical thing is needed because today buying a car in India predominantly is a status symbol. You want to show people that you've reached. So it has to be a celebration. You have to announce that I bought a car. So that will still continue.
Oh, absolutely. I don't doubt that. I don't think that dealerships will go anywhere because personally, I mean, from personal experience, I mean, you don't want to be talking to a nameless, faceless, especially when you're doing a big buy, right?
Second biggest buy in your life, no?
Exactly.
Typically.
So you want to know, even if you call him up and you say that please deliver the car at home, you want to know there's a guy there you can trust to handle everything thereafter. So I think the dealership will definitely long be a part of the process and business, but I think the way dealerships run will be changing.
There will be efficiencies that will come into play with tech. Yes.
So do you think this digitization will really help the manpower crisis? Because wherever I go, whether it's OEM, whether it's dealers, they always talk about how difficult it is to get people to manage. And that is one of the biggest challenges and hurdles today, and training people is what's necessary. So do you think that further digitization is really the way to take this forward and actually reduce the dependency on manpower?
No, absolutely. We're already seeing it. Like I previously mentioned, there will be mundane tasks that will be automated via bots, and there will be there are certain digital tools that will augment the efficiency of the existing manpower to make them better at what they're doing. So definitely, I mean, digital and your manpower will go hand in hand, and to an extent, it will also solve certain problem statements.
I will put it this way that, continuing to what Sunny said, that eventually what is digital doing is making information flow easy between both the buyer and the seller. Now, today you are sitting here in the studio doing a shoot and you were supposed to be buying a car and your dealer is trying to reach out to you to tell you that the model has arrived or this is the price the financer is waiting for you. Now, if you are getting that digital information and you can probably finish your work while you are going back home or at the comfort of your home, complete the task that you were supposed to do, that is what is supporting and helping. So it is improving these efficiencies, it is making buying a car much more easier. Once you've done the test drive and feel, you don't need to go back to the showroom again. Just go while you're taking the delivery. So I think the information flow, flow and the communication is something that has enhanced because of digital media, and it is going to make the whole experience much better.
And one point is that the productivity has gone up. So the manpower, the productivity, if you see, it has almost doubled. And it is actually with a very transparent clarity, things has been, even the generation is also, lead generation is also getting faster.
Sorry, you want to say something?
Yeah, suppose if we quantify the digital conversion is 10% of the retails, that 10% is taken care of by 3 manpowers. Okay. Earlier for that particular business to handle, I needed 3 sales guys. Now that has been replaced by 1 guy. Going forward, if this percentage shifts towards digitization, then of course the manpower reduction would be there, but the skill sets again would be different that would require for those things to get converted. So this is the change that we
When the quantity is increasing, the market TIV is significantly increasing. It's doubling in every 2 years or 3 years. Is simply doubling. So that many manpowers are not there present in the market, and when the TIV is doubling, OEM is also doubling the touch points, and also there's an increase in the dealership network. With that much of network, it's highly impossible that we'll get so much of manpower. Now, when the customer is coming in to the showroom and when he's pre-decided, now the OEM, what they are also doing, they are getting the set of digital inquiries and they are distributing among all the dealers in the same city. and they are getting their productivity as well. So probably, I don't know, more than the customer, it is helping the OEMs, because if there's 1,000 inquiries and there are 4 dealers, those 1,000 inquiries will be given to all the 4 dealers.
If I were to bifurcate the manpower in like blue collared and white collared, I would say blue collared certain tasks will get typically automated to a large extent, whereas the crisis would typically, as people expand their networks and businesses, I think that the intellectual lot is where you typically would see some sort of crisis, as you would say.
Yeah, I think definitely it's made the consumer process a lot easier as well, because, like you said, they would have to, you go to a dealership at any time to go, and especially with the kind of traffic we have in our cities today, going anywhere is a task. Although you guys are selling the cars that cause all the traffic out on our roads. But no, it has really simplified the process, and I think both for dealers and consumers alike, it's become a much easier, much faster, much simpler process to actually buy a car. And you, the viewer, can drop us a comment and let us know whether you bought a car digitally or whether you still like to walk into the showroom and have the whole process start from there.